Welcome back to another fantastic episode of I'm Gonna Talk, You're Gonna Listen. This is, I don't know, whatever, something. It's been a long day. Chance Paladin podcast. This episode is brought to you by Ringo the cat. Everybody, Ringo the cat. He claws and bites and knocks things down, and not necessarily in that order. Okay. Where do we even start? I don't know. It doesn't seem like anybody listened to or responded to yesterday's episode, so I guess I just recorded that for no reason. So I'll just repeat a bunch of what I said yesterday. Bunker basics. Hold on. Bring out. You stay right there. Stop clawing my arm. Bunker Basics, Fall 2025, Bunker Basics Fall 2025 edition's out. It's on sale for a couple days. 7 people thumbs upped it. That's pretty cool. See if I can tell if I got any sales yet. I can't tell if I got any sales, and it doesn't look like any more people have left reviews. If you've already bought a copy, if you could leave a review, that'd be great. That would super help me out. It would potentially be like life-changing if I could just get, everybody to review my book that bought a copy. Like, it's free. It only takes a minute. I know there's a handful of people that can't because their Amazons are just being clunky. I know that's the problem sometimes, but like, if you could, it would only take you a few minutes. That would help me out a lot. And if you've bought a copy recently and you're like, hey, what the hell? Send me an email to bunkerbasics@protonmail.com and send me like a screenshot of like the version that you have and the address you want me to drop ship you a copy to. That'll be good for a few more days. I don't necessarily like have a lot of topics. I kind of just wanted to, I don't know, kind of vent a little bit. Okay, it might be proton.me instead of protonmail.com. They might have finally switched domains. So, on kind of that book note, I did wanted to share some book news. I don't know how this ended up on my feed, but there's this guy. Just so you don't think I'm making this shit up. Oh my little fucking ads, make it stop. Some guy had a best-selling book called Born Lucky, and this was October 1st, so this is like a relatively new story. This is just a few days ago. Number 1 best-selling book. And let's do an Amazon search, and let's just see how many times his book has been fucking ripped off. What's it called? Born Lucky. I don't know anything about this guy or anything at all other than he just got absolutely fucking ripped off. So I do see like a million books called Born Lucky, but none of these particularly look like a ripoff. Okay, Born Lucky, A Dedicated Father, A Grateful Son, and My Journey with Autism. Is that what this book's called? It is. Okay, so at least I know that this is the right version and I'm not just fucking losing my mind. Let's see if I try to like search for this a different way. Maybe Amazon finally cleaned. Maybe Amazon finally took care of it. I should have done a search like right away. Anyway, Ringo, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ugh. So, anyway, it says several AI deepfakes of the book have been sold on Amazon, leading some to accidentally purchase the books without realizing they're not authored by the On Balance host. This isn't really about me because I'll be okay, and we appreciate you knowing which book to buy, but there's a lot of people getting scammed out of a lot of hard-earned money by buying the fake books, Vittert said. Jane Friedman, a publishing industry reporter and author of The Business of Being a Writer, joined News Nation to discuss the trend. They are authors, if you can call them that, using AI chatbots to generate entire books based on using your name, using publicly available facts about you. Then they're spitting out usually 50 to 100 page books. We can put books in quotation marks there, and then they're uploading them to Amazon through something called Kindle Direct Publishing. And you authors know exactly what that is because I talk about it all the time. She added, Amazon has implemented light guide rails to prevent it occurring. That's a fucking lie. That's Amazon propaganda. There's no fucking guardrails. But it doesn't stop. But it doesn't stop it when it happens to virtually every single author today who has a new book coming out. I would argue it doesn't even have to be new books coming out. It could just be a book that just spikes to the top 100 or the top 50 or the top 1. Oops, this is the wrong fucking website. So like, for example, no, it's the wrong thing. I did this a couple weeks ago. Let's do this again. Let's go check. Speaking of fucking AI scam bullshit, let's go look and see all the AI fucking slop on survival and emergency preparedness. Top 100. Oh, look, the ultimate survival medicine guide. That's not AI slop, but it's just ridiculous. The SAS, the ultimate book of knots. Okay, meals in a jar. Everyone says that book is shit, but whatever. Deadly skills. Oh, look, 2 copies of Deadly Skills. Well, I guess that's okay, because at least it's the same author. Oh, look, the Survival Medicine Handbook. Again. Copy. Now, granted, these are legit copies, but it's... Oh, look. I don't know how many copies of the U.S. Army Guerrilla Warfare and U.S. Army Survival Manual. Oh, look, fucking bullshit zombie survival guide. Oh, look, the bullshit how to invent everything. Oh, look, another first aid manual. Okay, none of these are AI slop. Well, I don't know about that one. But, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Copy. Oh, here we go. The WW3 Prepper Survival Bible. Oh, look, the Practical Prepper Survival Bible. See, I wonder how many survival Bibles are going to be in here. Damn, I keep looking at that book and it looks good. Oh, no, yeah, there's Prepper Survival Bible number 3. Prepper's Guide is fucking absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and the fucking end of life planner. Oh, the SAS Survival Handbook again. Hey, the paracord book. I don't know how the paracord book made it up. Well, we'll check out the paracord book. Oh no, another ultimate survival guide. Oop, everyone's pickling because the pickling book has reached up to the top. Oh, and the canning one's up to the top. That's kind of fun. It's fun to see real books climb up to the top. Prepper's Cookbook. And then obviously like a bunch of the really good ones like Dawn Shift's stuff's in here. And Joe Dolio's stuff is on here. I mean, there's some good ones. It's just I don't see as much AI slop here as I usually see, but I see a lot of shush, 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 go on. But I still see lots of copies. This is actually probably the most variety I've seen in a long time. But now we'll go check Baofeng radio. Let's go see how many AI slop copies of Baofeng radio there are. Baofeng radio Bible. Baofeng radio Bible. Using the Baofeng radio Bible. The real one is 6 or 7 results down. By the way, it's 6 or 7 results down, having more reviews than all of them fucking put together. Actually, no, that's not true. Baofeng Radio Bible and all-in-one Baofeng Radio Preparedness Guerrillas. This fucking AI slop copies. All they did was copy his book. Baofeng Revolution. Baofeng Radio Mastery. Baofeng Radio Bible. How many books named Baofeng Radio Bible? Another Baofeng Radio Bible. Another complete guide to the Baofeng Radio. How many complete guides to the Baofeng Radio do you need? Oh, it's a Baofeng Radio Handbook. Oh, the Baofeng Radio Guide. Oh, the Baofeng Radio Guerrillas Guide. Fucking. Oh, another Baofeng Radio Bible. Oh, another Baofeng Survival Guide. Oh, another Baofeng Survival Manual. Oh, another Baofeng Radio Bible. Oh, another another rip-off Baofeng Guerrilla Guide. These are just like... They're just copy after copy after copy after copy of the same book. And, there's no fucking guide rail. Do you think Amazon actually looks at those? And goes, oh, fuck. We've got 55 copies of the Radio Baofeng guide. Which one of these is the real one? Cause like don't tell me this is shit just fucking gets me going so much. Like you might be saying to yourself, oh, are you saying, that, people aren't allowed, more than one person isn't allowed to write a book about the same thing? Sure, but it should have to be distinct. There shouldn't be 20 copies that are called Baofeng Bible, and there shouldn't be 20 copies called The Guerrilla's Guide to Baofengs. There should be fucking one. And, see, like, there's only one book called Bunker Basics. But, you've got this, the Ultimate DIY Bomb Shelter Bible. Fuck off. The Bunker Bible. What? What's that one about? Every sandy green side situ. Never mind. Let's see if I look up bunker codes. Bunker codes used to be all over the place, but bunker codes is still number 1. That's interesting. All of the other books with the word bunker are gone now. There was a couple other. In fact, if you type bunker, my book is number 1 now. So, bunker building for the end times. Fucking 300 reviews. Golly. Let's see. I'm gonna go look up that one again and see if I can remember how to design and build self-contained emergency underground bunker. That one's doing okay. Modern Bunkers: A Comprehensive Guide to Design, Construction, and Living. Some of these, I've looked at some of these before, and they're like, their reviews just blasting them. How to build your own bunker on a budget, a practical guide to safety, preparedness, and survival. Also, some of these just came out, so like they're clearly all. I'm not trying to say they're all capitalizing on my book. I just think it's really fucking convenient. Let's see. Yeah, that's got no reviews. I can't even find the other one. There was another bunker book that came out after mine that had like no reviews, and it looked no bueno. And it's gone now. I wonder if they took it off. Ooh, the modern bunkers. I mean, the thing is like some of these look really cool. They look like they're trying to be, like engineering books. And then you read the reviews and they just like, people are just dunking on these books. So let's read the reviews of a couple of them. Bunker building for the end times. As seen on 60 Minutes, a thought-provoking, chilling, and eerily prescient look at quote-unquote prepper communities around the world that are building bunkers against it. What? So this is just Garrett traveled across 4 continents to meet those who are constructing panic rooms, building underground backyard survival chambers, stockpiling supplies, prepping go bags, hiding inflatable rafts, rigging mobile bug out videos, and burrowing deep into the earth. He has returned with a big thinking, deep diving, page turning study of fear, privilege, and apocalypse. Fuck you. This looks like some kind of doomsday prepper asshole cash in. Okay, let's it has a negative on enlightenedness. So let's go sort by these 1 stars. Do not risk your money, but more importantly, your physical safety with this. I purchased this to help prepare for the difficulties that are coming our way, but instead it contains no information that helps. It is more as a travel log of people who have tried successfully or not to prepare for the difficult times. It's fluff, but the cover says it's real information to prepare. So disappointed. This book was worthless, pure opinion, politically written book without any useful info. Didn't want to give a 1 star, but it was not informational nor enlightening. Atlas is the best at building shelters. Hell yeah! This author only wants to badmouth the competition to his preferred company. Obviously, it's about dollars. Most of his ideas in the book are borrowed from other preppers. Nothing new. Just rehashed to sell the book. That, like... No wonder, like, I had to, like, deliberately search for that book. Dude, he's got... Yeah. There's no way that he should have a 4.3 out of 5. It should be way lower than that. Only 63% gave him a 5-star, but he must have had a bunch of bots or something, or people are just fucking oxygen starved when they review things. All right, let's check out this next one. By the way, shout out Atlas. Fucking amazing bunkers. How to design and build a self-contained emergency underground bunker, a prepper survival guide to survive. Oh my, this is the longest fucking name book ever. Prepper Guide to Survive SHTF, Nuclear Attack, Hurricane, Pandemic, Earthquake, and other man-made natural disasters. Jesus. Build an emergency bunker. How to build a long-term emergency shelter. Protect yourself and your family from any disaster with secure, well-designed bunker. Somehow I doubt that, but let's go. What exactly is a bunker? It must withstand force. No shit. I fucking... Oh my gosh, this just looks like the most... This is just the most AI slop to have ever AI slopped on the planet. All of the images are, even to promote the book, are fucking AI. Because instead of like first aid... the first aid kit says MRST 8. It's just a bunch of fucking AI pictures. This guy's like sitting at a table cooking something, and the table has no legs. And he's got it on like an electric. I don't know. That looks like an electric. Oh my gosh, this is just. This whole thing is just fucking AI. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, hold on. Let's see what the reviews say. 1 star. Could do better. Could do better was the comment most frequently seen on my school reports, and was virtually justified as it is here. This book is typical large print, wide spacing vanity POD attempt to sell the most obvious basic information that any reasonable person would already know. If you didn't already know that doorways are a major point of access, then this could be the book for you. However, if you think that's just a little patronizing, I would save your money and put it towards a book that actually tells you real information. I was surprised to be told that reinforced concrete bunkers need at least 10 feet of earth cover before they are considered safe, but upside down shipping containers could be reinforced with rugged carpets and copper brazing to provide safety from a nuclear strike. I've never returned a book based on the poor information it contains, but this one is truly exceptional. States the obvious, nothing new. This is fucking AI slop. But it's still 4.3 out of 5 because so many damn people rated this like these have got to be bots. This rise of like AI slop is insane, and this is actually this is the main thing that's stopping me from ever writing another book, especially in a follow-up prepper book. Oh my gosh, like I think even his about the author is AI. He started his career as a freelance network security expert. He lives in Nashville with his wife and 2 daughters. He started hiking 12 years ago at the age of 27 when his doctor diagnosed him with high blood pressure, borderline diabetes, obesity, and being overweight. No shit. Obesity and being overweight are the same fucking thing. At the time, his younger brother was a famous marathon runner and decided to seek help from his brother to get into shape. 2 days after he started training with his brother, he realized running was not for him. He was not fit to run even 100 yards, let alone a marathon. His brother's coach then told him about hiking. As the coach himself was an avid hiker, he took with him 2 mini hikes and showed him the basics of hiking. He enjoyed the strolls so much that he started hiking immediately. That was 12 years ago. Fast forward to the present, he's now an experienced long-distance hiker who traveled and hiked in over 17 countries. He no longer has diabetes or blood pressure. He is a certified hiking coach for people with diabetes and high blood pressure and obesity. He teaches and promotes family hiking, where a family of kids of any ages can go on a hike as a mini camping trip and have a fun time. As he starts to hike longer distances, he started to do research on how to survive in the woods. Bushcraft then came disaster prepared. Bushcraft then came disaster preparedness, and in last 5 years, he truly mastered the art of bushcraft disaster preparedness and bug out survival tips and tools. Oh, it's that fucking easy. He gave up his networking security freelancing job 6 years ago and started doing one-on-one coaching consulting on hiking, bushcraft, disaster preparedness, and bug out for many passionate people who come from all ages and background. He truly enjoys what he does now and happy that he is out helping people learn some very important set of survival. This is all either AI or somebody who can't even read English or write English. Normally, I'm just like slurring things because I'm tired of being an asshole, but like that is some of those sentences were missing several words and were not even in the right tenses. I can't even give this thing one star because it's just there just needs to be a button that just says AI slop. Okay, let's check this next one. Modern Bunkers, a comprehensive guide to design, construction, and living. Ooh, this one's already no bueno. I can tell. This one's coming back to me. In today's ever-changing world, the concept of security takes on new dimensions, whether it's the looming threat of natural disasters, the specter of man-made catastrophes, or the unpredictable nature of global politics. The need for a safe haven is not... Yeah, okay, let's check the reviews of this bad boy. 2 stars. Not what I was hoping for. I was looking for some designs. 1 star. Not worth it. I hate leaving bad reviews, but this was awful. I figured for the price and low amount of pages I would get decent design ideas. This is in no way comprehensive. The entire book, more like a pamphlet, felt like a brainstorm printout of what could have been a comprehensive guide, no useful information. I made the mistake of purchasing the paperback at $40. I feel cheated, looking at the reviews on other books by this author, and it seems to be a trend. The screenshots of the book are the words are in like 100-point font. Like you can barely fit like 2 sentences on a page. The Amazon needs a fucking reporting button. Yeah, the paperback of this is $40 still. It's just disgusting. Let's check the next one. The Ultimate DIY Bomb Shelter Bible 7-in-1. How to build a fully functional low-cost bunker and ensure long-term survival for your loved ones against natural disasters, wars, and societal collapse. Okay, right now you're just one disaster away from losing everything. Whether it's the next war, nuclear attack, a grid-shattering EMP, violent civil unrest, or massive natural disaster, the ugly truth is you and your family are sitting ducks. If you don't have a fully prepared survival bunker, you're simply hoping and praying the worst won't happen, and hope is not a plan. I think these books in this like 7-in-1 Bible series kind of reminds me of like what the like 4 Dummies. Yeah, because this guy, if this even is a real person, wrote the Ultimate DIY Bomb Shelter Bible, the How to Stay Alive in the Wild, and the WW3 Survival Prepper Bible. I feel like there's more than that, though. Oh, wait. No, those are all the 3 that he wrote. Okay. Let's go down to find the reviews. Well, let's read the about him. He's a lifelong outdoorsman and survival enthusiast with a passion for the wild. Growing up in a small town surrounded by dense forests, he spent his early years learning to hunt, fish, and build shelters under the watchful eye of his grandfather, a rugged woodsman. This guy already looks like he's 80, so his grandfather would be like 200 years old, right? For over 3 decades, he's explored some of the most challenging terrains, from arid deserts to frozen tundras, testing his survival skills in real-world conditions. His deep respect for the wilderness is matched only by his desire to help others reconnect with the natural world. His approach to survival is straightforward: rely on timeless practical skills and adapt to what nature provides. He believes that survival is about as much as mindset as preparation is about mastering techniques, whether it's teaching fire making without matches or crafting tools from natural materials. He emphasizes simplicity, respect for nature, and the importance of being resourceful. His motto: the wilderness doesn't just test you, it teaches you. He's actually got really good reviews for this book. And that's kind of like the difference, is like it's hold on, I know the last test, by the way, is I click on read a sample and go find text. This book, it's got a disclaimer: basic skills required. This book is designed to be a comprehensive and practical guide for building a fully functional, low-cost DIY bunker. While it aims to present the concepts and steps in an accessible manner, readers should possess a foundational understanding of basic handyman skills before attempting any of the projects described. This includes, but is not limited to, general construction and structural work, basic electrical wiring and safety, plumbing installation, troubleshooting, outdoor survival craft techniques, safe use of tools, and heavy equipment. This book is not intended for complete beginners with no prior experience in DIY construction or off-grid systems. If you're unfamiliar with these concepts, we highly recommend gaining hands-on experience or seeking guidance from qualified professionals. Safety shows. Okay. Why you need a bomb shelter? Disasters don't announce themselves. One moment, life is normal. The next, chaos erupts. Whether it's a hurricane flattening entire cities, an economic collapse pushing society to the brink, or rising geopolitical tensions leading to war, one truth remains. This is fucking AI. Yep. Every single one of these fucking paragraphs reads exactly the same. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and floods are growing in severity. Okay, now the first sentence of the next paragraph. The world is no stranger to war, and the threats of nuclear conflict has never fully disappeared. Okay, the first sentence of the next paragraph. An electromagnetic pulse attack can take down an entire grid in seconds, plunging society into darkness. Without power, hospitals shut down. Oh, you don't fucking say. You don't say. This is the telltale of AI. History has shown that when disaster strikes, government aid often falls short. Shelters become overcrowded, food runs out, help takes too long. With your own bunker, you don't have to rely on anyone. You control your safety, supplies, and future. Next line. Next paragraph. A DIY bunker isn't just for nuclear war EMP attacks, it's an all-in-one survival hub. Whether it's a tornado, civil unrest, or economic crisis, your shelter ensures you and your family have food, water, security, and a place to group. No shit. Next one. Building a bunker isn't just about today's threats. It's about securing your future for your children and grandchildren. It's like, it's not for this. It's for this. Oh, it's just like boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Every fucking paragraph is the fucking same over and over and over and over. It's just, and all I can say about that is like, this is why I write my books with just so much shenanigans in them, because there's no way that AI can fucking read unless you like write this book as if you're just absolutely retarded but still trying your best. Then I guess maybe. Let's do one more. The modern bunker's engineering sanctuary in a changing world. In an age defined by accelerating change and an undeniable cascade of global uncertainties, the concept of sanctuary has taken on a new urgent meaning. Oh, I guess you're going to tell me what that urgent meaning is. Nope, you're not. Okay. Oh, no reviews. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. There's no reviews, but we're going to read the sample. Preface. In an age defined by accelerating change and an undeniable cascade of global uncertainty. Oh, I already said that. Once relegated to the realm of science fiction or Cold War paranoia, the idea of a secure, self-sustaining refuge is no longer a fringe fantasy, but a pragmatic consideration for a growing number of individuals and organizations worldwide. From the escalating impacts of climate change and the specter of novel pandemics to geopolitical instabilities and the pervasive sense of a world teetering on the brink, the desire for a controlled, protected environment is deeply ingrained in the human psyche. That doesn't even fucking make sense. First you say it's relegated to science fiction, and then you're saying it's Cold War paranoia. But then you're saying it's deeply ingrained in the human psyche. Is it? Because, I don't think it is. I think people still think that preppers are fucking retards. This book is born from a recognition that bunker no longer signifies merely a concrete hole in the ground designed to withstand a singular blast. That was not a bunker, that's a bomb shelter. The modern bunker is a complex, technologically sophisticated, and thoughtful engineered living system. It's a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, a meticulously planned environment where the critical infrastructure, the M dash, from air purification to power generation, M dash, must function flawlessly, often in complete isolation. This is fucking AI again. My journey through decades of designing and consulting on complex building systems has illuminated the profound interconnectedness of every component that makes a structure not just stand, but live and breathe. Applying this holistic perspective to the most demanding of environments, M-, the modern bunker, M-, has been a revelation. This book aims to demystify these ultimate havens, delving into the critical engineering, the often overlooked psychological dimensions, and the compelling ethical questions that arise when humanity seeks to build its own fortresses against an unpredictable future. Whether you're an architect, engineer, planner, a concerned citizen, or simply curious about the frontiers of human preparedness, the Modern Bunkers offers a comprehensive look into the design, construction, and philosophy behind these extraordinary structures. It is a guide to understanding how, in a world that increasingly feels out of control, the power of engineered sanctuary can provide not just safety, but also a renewed sense of peace and independence. They are a highly respected global HVAC and MEP, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing consultant, bringing over 30 years of blah, 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 profound understanding, blah, 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 leading authority, and blah, 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 blah. He's got all these sci-fi pictures of bunkers that look like really cool. But like, has he ever built one? There's no pictures of like a bunker that he's built. This looks like sci-fi. Okay, here we go. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Echoes of the past, shadows of the future. The concept of taking refuge underground is as old as y'all. Fuck, not again. Our ancestors sought solace in caves, natural formations that offer protection from predators, harsh weather, and rival tribes. These primal shelters were humanity's first bunkers, crude yet effective responses to an unpredictable world. As civilizations advanced, so too did sophistication of their hidden sanctuaries, from the intricate tunnel systems beneath ancient cities designed for escape during sieges, to the vast catacombs of Rome, and later the hidden chambers and escape routes of medieval castles. The impulse to retreat into a fortified, concealed space has been a constant thread throughout history. Really, because, the other book said that we're insane and that this is a completely modern thing that came from paranoia and sci-fi books, but this book says even a cave, which I agree with. The 20th century, however, witnessed a profound transformation in this ancient practice. The two world wars, with their aerial bombardments and the terrifying advent of chemical weapons, propelled the development of more robust, purpose-built shelters. Then came the Cold War. The existential dread of nuclear annihilation spurred an unprecedented global effort to construct fallout shelters, M-, public and private, M-, designed to offer protection from radioactive fallout and the immediate blast effects. These were often rudimentary, intended for long, short, fucking whatever survival rather than blah blah, yet they cemented bunker in the collective consciousness as a symbol of last resort protection. No, they didn't. You're talking about bomb shelters. Enjoying this sample? I kinda am. Kindle, $25, $25 for a Kindle, Lig, print length, 32 pages. You want $25 for 32 fucking pages. What the fuck? 32 fucking pages. What the fuck? What is that? Why would Amazon allow this? Buy now with one click? Are you retarded? I feel bad selling bunker basics for like $15. This is a 30-page book. It's like $1 a page. There is nothing in this in the world that is worth that much money. The Modern Bunkers offers a comprehensive look into design, construction, and philosophy, but not in 30 fucking pages. It doesn't. One of the funny things is there's no way to find out about these people. Hold on, he wrote another one. Liquid cooling for data centers. Also no reviews. Also $30. At least this one's 142 pages. At least this one's like a little bit longer. If it was like a couple dollars, I would have grabbed that. But that's actual like theft. Charging that, that's insane to me. And the fact that the teaser thing was only effectively one page of sci-fi nonsense, clearly written by the same fucking AI as the same one that wrote the other one, with M dashes all in like the exact same spots. Okay, so that was it. I can't find... I'm looking for more non-fiction. Dude, this whole cover was straight up made by AI. The shit on the front is not even like the same words as the book. Bunker plans on a budget. Okay, let's check this one out. I cannot find the other bunker book that I used to see. Build your own underground bunker, survival, floods, war, and climate chaos. Survive and build DIY construction for modern self-reliance. To be clear, my book doesn't say how to build a bunker either. It just assumes you find one. I'm not going to pretend that I know how to build a bunker, because I sure don't. That's why you just go to Alice and order one. Bunker plans on a budget. How to build a bunker if you are broke. This is actually at least sort of kind of... Oh, it's only 55 pages. $10 for 55 pages. Guys. No. I have been crafting and compelling stories and insightful work since graduating school. Oh, congratulations on graduating school. What? Graduating school doing what? Wow, this is bad. This is so bad. Over the past decade, I have published numerous books across a wide range of topics, blending creativity with deep knowledge. But I don't just write for himself, I write for you too. Offering personalized custom books and professional ghostwriting services, I'll bring your vision to life with the same energy and dedication I pours into my own work, whether it's a heartfelt memoir, a powerful business guide, or an unforgettable novel. He is the storyteller who can make it happen. Not only does this paragraph alternate between first and third person and has shit tons of M dashes, just like all the other fucking AI slop. It switches first and third person. It's missing several apostrophes in contraction words. It has a bunch of uppercase stuff that should be lowercase and a bunch of lowercase stuff that should be uppercase. It's like it's AI from a phone that like kept auto-correcting. And he somehow has 2 5-star reviews. Okay, let's... Hold on, we're going to read the sample though. Oh man. The first page is an AI mushroom cloud. And it says bunker plans on a budget 1. Oh, I get it. This table of contents is formatted so poorly. I can't even describe how badly formatted this table of contents is. It looks like it says the glossary of items common to bunker plans. 5, plan number 1, the low cost budget bunker 8. Are those page numbers? Those must be page numbers. Plan number 1, the low cost budget bunker 8. Dimensions to plan for and be aware of 10. Plan number 2, the cheap bunker 14. Plan number 3, a cheap and easy travel trailer bus bunker 20. Plan number 4, the above ground bunker 27. Plan number 5, a long-term high-tech nuclear EMP bioweapon hardened bunker 33. Building the deluxe survive all bunker 36. Conclusion 41. You mean to tell me that he describes how to build a deluxe survive all bunker in 5 pages? This is fucking amazing. Okay, but we're going to read further. There are a variety of reasons why someone might consider getting or building a bunker. One primary reason is for protection in the event of disaster or emergency situation. This could include natural disasters such as tornadoes, hurricanes, or earthquakes, as well as man-made emergencies such as civil unrest or terrorist attacks. A bunker can provide a secure and safe place for individuals and families to shelter in place until the danger has passed. Another reason to consider getting or building a bunker is for use as survival or prep or shelter. This can include situations where an individual or family is preparing for potential societal collapse or long-term power outage. No shit. Every single fucking one of these says exactly the same thing. A bunker can provide a secure location to store food, water, and other supplies, as well as a place to live in weather out a crisis. No shit. Overall, there may be many reasons why someone might consider getting or building a bunker, and the decision to do so will ultimately depend on individual specific needs and priorities. No way. This is like the hallmark of an AI repeating the same super topical level shit over and over and over and over and over and over. This is just page after page after page after page of ultra high level slop. I just like went to a random page. A bunker and safe room are both types of secure spaces that can provide protection in the event of emergency or disaster. No shit. However, there are some key differences between the two that are important to consider when deciding which one is better for your specific needs. A bunker is typically more robust and secure structure designed to withstand extreme conditions such as natural disasters, nuclear blasts, and chemical attacks. Bunkers are typically built in their ground. Like, no fucking shit. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Now, here we go. A safe room, on the other hand, is a smaller, more compact space that's typically built within a home or other existing structure. Safe rooms are designed to provide protection from specific type of threats, such as home invasions, tornadoes, or hurricanes. They are typically built with reinforced walls and doors and may include features such as surveillance cameras, panic buttons, and communication systems. Safe rooms are typically designed to accommodate only a few people for a short period of time. Those are so self-evident, I don't know why you need to write paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph Another consideration is the level of security. No shit. Oh man, we're still going. In conclusion, a bunker and safe room both have their own advantages and disadvantages. A bunker is more robust and secure. God, it just fucking keeps going and going and going and going. Tools and equipment. Keep a stock of tools and equipment such as hand crank or battery operated flashlight, a manual can opener, and multi-tool. No fucking way. Keep your documents and important papers. Dude, oh my gosh, like. Here we go. Finally, we finally found the actual beginning here. The world has reached a point unlike any other in history. Population density and growth has created not just one, but several environmental crises, of which we've already begun to see the effects of, such as radiation and animal die-offs from Fukushima, 6 sinkholes in Oregon, and the chemical spill in Colorado, which has contaminated a major river. Someone else brought up sinkholes. They said, how are the sinkholes there? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sinkholes in Oregon. 2 sinkholes appear on Oregon's coast. Last week, a sinkhole, estimated to be 10 feet wide and 30 feet deep, appeared on the Oregon coast at Cape Kiwanda. This is the second sinkhole to appear in the Cape this year. Laura Gable is the coastal field geologist for the Oregon Department of Geology and Mineral Industry. She joins us to share what exactly the sinkholes are. Okay, transcript. Blah, 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 blah. I understand there's a couple different kinds of sinkholes, but what unifies them? What characteristics do they all share? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. The reason that this happens when a sinkhole is because there's a couple different ways. Basically, the idea is some sort of cavity or cavern in a cave is developing under the surface of the ground. Eventually, the cavity becomes too large to support its roof, and the roof will collapse, which is what's creating the sinkhole, and what's obviously a problem if we are to assume the ground level is at a certain spot that's rapidly or even slowly starting to sink because there's no support underneath. Most common source for a sinkhole is what's called karst's terrain, which is basically the bedrock that's underlying the surface of limestone is the rock type that can be dissolved by groundwater. So for limestone, those are carbonate materials that are in the rock. When the acids that are dissolved in the groundwater interact with the rock and dissolve slowly, it's hanging out down there below the ground. So that's the most common source for sinkholes, and so that's not really a problem in this part of the world, the Pacific Northwest. But other parts of the U.S., the world are predominantly limestone and dolomite, and there are some other rock formations that are also susceptible to sinkholes that evaporate, like gypsum and salt deposits that can really be susceptible to this type of cavity formation due to interactions with groundwater. But he said that's not the case in Oregon, so it's happening on the Oregon coast. Cape Kiwanda is a headland on the Oregon coast, and most of our headlands are actually made of basalt, which is typically a very strong rock type. It's an indigenous rock coming out of volcanoes and quite resistant to erosion. The Cape Kiwanda is actually made of sandstone. It's called the Astoria Formation, and it's experiencing attacks from the Pacific Ocean from our very high energy wave climate at all times, and you can see its effect on Cape Kiwanda just by a quick look. You can see how undulating the shape of the headlands is, and that is from waves constantly chewing away at the margins of the headland and very slowly, easily, piece by piece, pulling pieces of that away and breaking it back down into the sand. So it's like turning sandstone back into sand. See, this is the difference of reading real fucking professional, this is the way like a real geologist explains a sinkhole. Man, I am all the way into this. I can read all about that. Now, rewinding back to this, bunker plans on a budget introduction. Blah, 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 blah. Population density and growth has created not one, but several environmental crises of which we've already begun to see the effects of, such as radiation and animal deaths from sinkholes in Oregon. No, sinkholes in Oregon is not an environmental crisis. It doesn't have anything to do with population density. It doesn't have to do with anything. It's just sandstone getting washed away into sand and creating sinkholes. And the chemical spill in Colorado, which I have talked about before, was a 100% man-made disaster in more ways than one. EPA, I'm looking at you. Actually, in that regard, like, Fukushima was not a man-made disaster. That was from just an absolute massive earthquake, and the fact that the water washed away and the turbines couldn't cool down and the generator couldn't get water and la-di-da, that was a mess. The Colorado, a major river did get contaminated by a bunch of runoff from a... I forget what the name of it is. I have it in my grok somewhere. But it was a bunch of, like, mining runoff that was supposed to have been dammed up. Anyway, and the dam burst and it ran down the river, and it was terrible. A bunker would not save you from that. A bunker is not going to save you from a sinkhole either. The fact that it can just, like, ramble shit off like that, and everyone like, things just aren't as safe as they used to be, which has you thinking it's time to create a few extra options. What? Things just aren't as safe as they used to be, which has you thinking it's time to create a few extra options. No, it doesn't have me thinking that at all, because that's not even a thing that people say. Then it says in quotes, I know that having a nuclear bunker might sound like too much even for the most dedicated preppers, but this is only because things are going well now. In a time of war, having access to a nuclear bunker won't sound weird at all, and in times of peace, it can be used as a tornado shelter, a hideout, or root cellar. Nobody calls a bunker a nuclear bunker. This shit is just ridiculous. Anyway, one more, Ringo? Ringo, should we do one more? He doesn't know. Let's do one more. Build your own underground bunker, survive floods, war, and climate chaos, survive and build DIY construction for modern self-reliance. Ringo, are you ready? When the world above becomes unpredictable, your safety starts underground. Build your own underground bunker as your essential survival guide for uncertain times, crafted for those who refuse to leave their safety to chance. Hey, don't leave your safety to chance. Don't put your butthole on my coffee either. Whether you're preparing for climate disasters, political unrest, or large-scale emergencies, this practical and empowering is fucking written by A2. Oh, here we go. We got to the M-dash. From airflow systems to food storage and water purification, every chapter is packed with detailed insights and real-world advice that helps you prepare like a pro M-dash without needing advanced construction skills. Praised by survival enthusiasts and preppers alike, this book has quickly become a go-to manual. It definitely has fucking not, because it's only got one review. Don't wait for disaster to strike. M-dash. Be ready before it happens. Click buy now to start building your personal safe haven today. It has one review. It has one review, and it's just a 5-star. All right, let's 261 pages. At least it's more than 50 pages, Ringo. And it's also only $6 on Kindle. Super Kitty! All right, Ringo. This one might actually be legit. Actually, let's look at the picture of the kids on front and see if that's definitely AI. They're holding a bunch of fake tools that don't exist. Oh, the other cat's crying. Why don't you go see what Dustonius wants? What's he want? Okay. The cats are communicating. In an age defined by rapid change and unpredictable crises, this is exactly the same fucking thing as the other one. It is. The concept of an underground bunker, M-dash, once the stuff of Cold War paranoia, M-dash. This is the same fucking intro paragraph as the other book. Just barely reworded. This is unfucking believable. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and ecosystem disruptions are already displacing millions. Political instability and the re-emergence of global tensions have raised the specter of conventional and nuclear conflicts. Moreover, the cyber warfare, economic collapse, pandemics, and societal breakdowns increasingly highlight the fragility of our systems. A bunker by design offers a controlled environment independent of external conditions. While it might not replace a home, it serves as a robust backup, a line of last defense. Unlike insurance, a bunker doesn't require a third party to approve your claim. It's physical, it's tangible, and it's there when you need it. Also, unlike insurance, you're still going to need a bunch of permits to build a bunker. Historical con lessons from the past. What the? Historical con lessons? What does that mean? Throughout history, bunkers have protected people from catastrophic events, from medieval underground shelters during sieges to Cold War fallout shelters. Each iteration teaches us something about the value of preparedness. You don't want to talk about fucking caves in this one too? Let's take a look at a few examples that demonstrate the evolution and effectiveness of bunker design. World War I, trenches and dugouts. World War II, air raid shelters. Cold War, nuclear fallout shelters. Modern civilian bunkers. Era conflict. Modern civilian bunkers is not an era or conflict. They had modern civilian shelters in the Cold War. Luxury and steel reinforced modular airlock, off-grid power, and climate control. Yeah, they had those in the 60s. Oh. Understanding the risk matrix. Building a bunker isn't just about fear, M-. It's about making informed, rational decisions based on this fucking AI, man. Nobody talks like that. Only the AI. Or somebody with, like, a master's degree in English. Building a bunker isn't just about fear, M-. That's every single fucking one of these. Knowing that you have a plan, M-, and that it works, M-, removing anxiety and shifts from your mindset to reactive to proactive. Fuck me. The little cutaway pictures are cute, though. I tried to get an AI to do cutaway pictures like that. Little farted on me. Here we go. Step by step. Excavation. Dig a circular hole about 6 feet in diameter and 4 feet deep. Use the removed earth to fill your bags. Foundation. Lay down a gravel base for drainage. Place the first layer of earth bags in a circle. Stacking. Begin stacking the bags in a spiral upward pattern. Use barbed wire between the ventilation. Install a basic ventilation pipe. You don't fucking say. Roofing. Cover the top with plywood or steel sheets, then earth bags or dirt to blend it with it. Waterproofing. Use tarp or liner to wrap the structures. What? Setting the tone for the book. By the end of this chapter, you should feel motivated, M-, not anxious. Building a bunker is not an act of fear, but one of education, empowerment, and foresight. In the chapters that follow, you get your hands dirty with concrete, steel, ventilation systems, off-grid power, water purification, and sustainable food storage, M-, all designed to help you build a life-supporting underground shelter with your own hands. You'll learn more than just bunker design, M-. You'll learn how to think like an engineer, a survivalist, and a builder. The quality of your location can make or break your entire build, M-, affecting everything from the cost of excavation to safety and longevity of your bunker. You will learn to evaluate land like a professional, M-, looking at soil composition, topography, water drainage, and regulatory conditions, M-, with the hands-on tasks tested. This is unfucking believable. Like... Dude, I love this. I know you guys can't see this, but it's okay. Like, nobody pays attention to what's going on the screen anyway. There's an AI picture of... Okay, it says, the layers that form M dash, sand at the bottom, silt in the middle, and clay on the top M dash will indicate your soil composition. This test is inexpensive and should be done at multiple points across your plant site. It's basically telling you to collect your soil into jars to try to figure out your soil composition. I've never seen or heard anybody do that, and it's kind of fucking obvious how much clay you have in the ground by trying to dig and going, this ground is fucking sucks, it must be all clay. But so the funny thing is the jar is totally AI. The jars say, sandy, sandy, sandy. Ow, wow. And then lacy, bloom, flume, clay, clay, soil, sandy, desay, cool, clud. Like, it's all fucking AI. Some of the sand is like pink sand. Like, clearly the AI thought this was supposed to be like salt, cinnamon. Oh, this is just so bad. This is so bad. I can't stop. Here we go. Topography plays a dual role in bunker planning. First, it affects construction logistics M-. Steep slopes can complicate excavation and delivery of materials. Second, it provides natural opportunities for concealment. An ideal bunker site is located on a gentle slope, around 5 to 15 degrees, offering water drainage benefits and unobstructed entry path for machinery and vehicles. For stealth, try to select a location that be naturally camouflaged. This could mean tucking the entire entrance behind a cluster of trees, building it into a hillside, or designing a roof and hatch to mimic a rock outcropping or mound of earth. Remember, your goal is not only survival, but also discretion. The bunker is most effective when others don't know it exists. No way. Here we go. Legal factors. Building a bunker is not just a matter of physical effort, M-. It requires navigating complex local regulations. No shit. In most jurisdictions, you cannot legally begin excavation without proper permits. Ignoring this can result in forced removal, penalties, or even criminal charges. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Only AI writes this way. Doing XYZ is not just XYZ, M-. And then blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. Okay. No more. No more. Okay. We're at our... We're past our hour. I'm not grading all the fictional ones. I'm just looking for the non-fictional ones. I'm actually surprised. The other one that I thought was going to start popping up is not here anymore. Interesting. I wonder if the guy took it down. Nobody was buying it or reviewing it or anything. Oh, we found one. Another thing, side note, I can't count on the dates of these because you can backdate. I was telling people about this when the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened. You can backdate books till whenever, and so like this says it's from 2022, but I bet if you read it, it's gonna be like, because this guy is one of the people that we were looking at earlier. I'm not saying their names on purpose. Not only because fuck these guys, so I don't want to get sued. Although I'm saying their names, I don't expect anybody to actually give a shit about any of this. I'm assuming you're just listening to me because you think this is fucking hilarious, or you think I'm just losing my mind. How to build a low-cost but strong bunker and root cellar. Okay, let's fucking go with that one. Prepare for the next food shortage of World War III. We're going for it. We've got a couple more. We're going for it, you guys. I don't even care. Here we go. Survival bunker, the ultimate step-by-step beginner guide on how to build a fortified bunker for disaster. The people who will survive when the apocalypse happens are those who prepared themselves for such an event. One such preparation that these people make is building an underground shelter or survival bunker and stockpiling that bunker to keep themselves protected and supplied during a disaster. Have you ever considered what will happen in the event of an economic collapse, EMP, or enemy invasion, or terrorist attack, or nuclear fallout? Amy of these events will destroy American infrastructure and leave hundreds of millions of people without electricity and basic necessities. Chaos will ensue and people will turn on each other like savages to survive. Fuck yeah, I'm already in on this one. How many pages is this? 31 pages! Oh no, it's all... Why? It's billed as the ultimate step-by-step guide, yet contains no diagrams, photographs, instructions, not a single reference, no instructions on plumbing. Okay, next. Basement bunker. How to turn your basement into a bunker. No shit. Learn how to turn your basement into a functional bunker. Not your entire basement, just a section of it. You can make it as large or small as you want. You will learn how to build it, fortify it, and run the air vents. It will also shield you and your family from potential radiation exposure. The reasons are numerous for owning a bunker, but not everyone has the money for a high-tech bunker. But you don't need one. By the way, his punctuation is worse than mine. Anyone with a basement can build their own bunker. Wow. Anyone can build their own bunker with bricks and sandbags. How many more times are you going to repeat that? At least this one's 102 pages. We definitely... This is the guy... This is the ghostwriter guy that we were talking about earlier that keeps writing in first and third person. Over the past decade, I have published numerous books across a wide range of topics, blending creativity with deep knowledge. But I, capital D, don't, with no apostrophe, just write for himself, I write for you too. Fuck. No reviews. Let's fucking go. Let's open it up, everybody. Take a drink. Here we go. Oh god, this is like formatted so bad. In announcing the policy of the government concerning shelters for civil defense purposes, I stated that substantial... This is the first paragraph. This is bad. Oh, it's a foreword. This is the foreword. In announcing the policy of the government concerning shelters for civil defense purposes, I stated that substantial protection against radioactive fallout could be achieved by family shelters built at home at a modest cost. I said a pamphlet would be issued giving detailed suggestions for those wishing to provide such protection for their families. This is it. Another will be issued shortly with suggestions for shelters that can be built in a backyard. Although Canada will persist in its efforts to avoid war and to settle international disputes by peaceful means, there will still different-sized font remains some risk of nuclear different-sized font war. Different-sized font. Should a nuclear war occur, different-sized font. The risk of radio fallout will be very widespread and will endanger many of us in our homes, even though a long way from a bomb explosion. Okay, let's try again. Everybody, deep breaths. Should a nuclear war occur, the risk of radio fallout will be very widespread and will endanger many of us in our homes, even though a long way from the bomb explosion. That is not a sentence and doesn't make any sense. The best and simplest way to safeguard against fallout is by household shelters, which will provide protection. The shelter described in this booklet, although not affording protection against the blast of a nuclear explosion or the fires that may result, will provide good protection against the more widespread radiation danger. These shelters will be a practical and reasonable means of ensuring one's family against the risk that would arise should it work. Each householder can and should decide whether or not to have this form of family protection. I recommend it. R.T. Hahn John G. Diefenbaker, Prime Minister. Okay. I don't know who that is or if that's just completely made up, but that's absolute gibberish. And it looks like someone went in there and edited a bunch of it. Okay. Note. The Associate Committee on the National Building Code of the National Research Council considers this design of household fallout shelter to be structurally acceptable for its intended use for installation in the basements of dwellings for emergency use only. The Associate versus non-emergency nukes, I guess. The Associate Committee makes this statement since the provisions of the National Building Code are intended for use with building for normal conditions of occupancy and not for emergency use. What? What? National Building Code of National Research Council considers this idea of fallout to be structurally acceptable since the provisions of the National Building Code are intended. That's produced by the Emergency Measure Organization of the Privy Council Office by the authority of the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable John G. Diefenbaker. Okay. Wow. My brain cells are fucking dying. One after another. Because they don't have a bunker. If nuclear war comes, the greatest danger to the greatest number of Canadians is likely to come from radioactive fallout. Fortunately, this danger can be averted or considerably reduced by the use of comparatively simple measures. To understand how you can protect yourself against the fallout, you must know something of its nature. When a nuclear bomb explodes so that its fireball touches the ground, a considerable amount of earth and other pulverized material is drawn up into the clouds, becoming radioactive in the process. This dust is carried downwind and may be deposited over several thousands of square miles of territory, which is very bad for Canada, very bad indeed, and therefore bad for the world. For people outside the immediate blast area, one of the greatest dangers may be this radioactive dust. So we should keep such dust away from us. Very good. Study of radiation has shown us how to protect ourselves against it. We know, for example, that the further one is from any source of radiation, the less one is affected by it. Very good. Then while radiation can pass through walls and other solids, we know that the denser the obstacles it encounters, the more its intensity is reduced. That is to say, a solid brick or stone or concrete wall will reduce radiation effects more than a wooden walls. So by placing some type of heavy construction between ourselves and the sources of radiation, we can achieve a considerable amount of protection. Finally, fallout radiation decreases with time, is strength reduced day by day. Actually, this isn't very bad information. This is actually semi-decent radiation protection. One method of survival open to us is to stay in some form of protected accommodation until the radiation intensity has dropped to the point where it's safe for us to resume a more normal pattern of living. Unfortunately, it will have affected the groundwater, and unfortunately, it's going to kill all your plants. And it's going to take a couple years before, you stir the dirt up enough to get all the isotopes out. The shelter design will allow you to live without fear of radiation or harmful fumes generated within the shelter, in spite of in spite of a possible loss of electrical power, and we don't get to find out because I'm not going to pay the fucking $10 to hear this 102 pages of absolute tripe. Okay, let's get into the next one. I know you guys want more of these because you're just as absolutely gone as I am at this point. The Doomsday Bunker Handbook, Practical Strategies for Survival and Sustenance in a Doomsday Bunker. The Doomsday Bunker Handbook is a comprehensive survival guide designed to equip individuals and families with the knowledge and skills necessary to endure extended periods in bunker during catastrophic events. This practical manual covers every aspect of bunker living, ensuring that occupants can maintain their safety, health, and well-being under challenging conditions. It's actually really affordable, and it's only 106 pages. Sadly, nobody has reviewed this book, and it says it came out last year. Let's read. Hey, his table of contents isn't a disaster fire here. Preparing your bunker, selecting the appropriate location for the bunker, designing the layout to maximize space, securing entry and exit points effectively, food and water management, methods for long-term food storage, techniques for rationing food supplies, preparing meals with limited resources, water purification techniques, final insights, health and hygiene, creating a hygiene and sanitation plan, managing waste and preventing contamination, basic medical care and first aid, preventing and managing infectious diseases, mental health strategies and coping, concluding thoughts, safety and security, implementing robust security measures, fire safety protocols, radiation protection and decontamination, handling intruder scenarios, developing emergency response, final insights, communication and information, setting up communication devices, monitoring news and weather updates, signaling for help in emergencies, keeping records and documentation, managing communication, final insights, living in the bunker, creating a daily schedule, exercises to stay physically fit, activities to keep mentally stimulated, managing social dynamics, conflict resolution, final thoughts, special considerations, accommodating children's needs, caring for the elderly, managing pet care, handling special dietary needs, preparing for allergy management, post-emergency plan, assessing external conditions, re-entry procedures and precautions, starting the recovery process, building community and infrastructure, planning for long-term sustainability, and final thoughts. This is the first one that looks like an actual book that someone actually fucking wrote that has 2 brain cells and got past the 30-page mark. Preparing your bunker involves a variety of critical steps to ensure safety, sustainability, and functionality. Selecting an appropriate location is one of the first and most important considerations. This chapter will delve into the factors you need to evaluate when choosing a site, including geographic stability, proximity to essential resources like water and fertile soil, and the presence of natural features that can provide security and concealment. By understanding these elements, you can make informed decisions that ensure your bunker is both secure and sustainable over the long term. Beyond selecting the perfect location, this chapter will guide you on designing a layout that maximizes space and functionality. You'll learn about creating multifunctional zones, implementing smart storage solutions, and planning for emergency exits and evacuation routes. Additionally, the chapter covers how to effectively secure entry and exit points with both physical reinforcements and advanced security measures. This comprehensive approach ensures that your bunker will not only be a safe haven, but also a practical and comfortable living space for extended periods. Selecting an appropriate location for the bunker. When selecting a location for your bunker, the first consideration should be assessing the geographic stability of potential sites. This involves understanding the geological stability and vulnerability of the area you're considering. This ground condition must be solid enough to support the structure of the bunker without risk of subsidence. Subsidence. Downward vertical movement. Subsidence is a general term for downward vertical movement of the Earth's surface, which can be caused by both natural processes and human activities. Subsidence involves little and horizontal movement, Ooh. Guess it's like building your house on a hill, but not digging it into the hill. I guess, like, imagine your house sliding down a hill because you built the house sideways. Okay. Ground subsidence is of global concern to geologists, geotechnical engineers, surveyors, engineers, and urban planners, landowners, and the public in general. Pumping of groundwater petroleum has led to this subsidence as much as 9 meters in many locations around the world and incurring costs measured in hundreds of millions. Land subsidence caused by groundwater withdrawal will likely increase in occurrence and related damages, primarily due to global population economic growth. Okay, I'm gonna guess whoever wrote this. Where is the about me to whoever fucking wrote this? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. All right. We're gonna actually try to see if I can find this person. Side note, Grok does an amazing job at hunting people down. Oh, by the way, there's just still a lot of civil unrest in Portland. Don't go to Portland. Okay, Grok, have you ever heard of this author? No, I haven't come across anyone or anything specifically named their name in my training data or recent searches. It's not ringing any bells as a notable person Ars Brown reference. It does sound like a cool mashup of the Judge Legend, Miles Davis, and the rapper ever. Yeah. That's not what you meant. It's a reference. Miles Morales from Spider-Man. Few books on Amazon. I'm just trying to figure out if they're a real person or not. Based on a thorough search of Amazon author listings or results and social platforms, I couldn't find any evidence of this author publishing books. I'm looking at it right now though. Croc. Yes, that book exists. It's a self-published book. Late September 2024. It's credited to an author that focus on blah, blah, blah. As for whether he's a real person, there's no verifiable public info on them besides this book and possibly one or two other low profiles, no author interview, social media presence, websites, or external. This screams pseudonym common in the genre. Yeah. Ultra obscure debut. If it's a solo hobbyist or AI assisted, hey, it's 2025. It's hard to say without more traces. If you grab a copy or spot. Huh. And so herein lies the problem. There's no bio for who wrote this. And the AI says it's a made-up name. But at least so far, it's like a geologist wrote this. It's kind of crazy. Although it's like magically at that 100 page mark. A lot of these books are either 30, 50, or like 100 pages. Almost exactly. It's super weird. So if this was written by an AI, he told it to write the book as if it wasn't written by an AI. But it looks like it was written by a geologist. Or an actual someone with architectural knowledge. Maybe he wrote it with a different AI, but It's too bad that they didn't write a little something about themselves. The beginning of the book doesn't have anything about the author at all. It's also possible that somebody ghost wrote this. It's weird. That's actually kind of like the first decent one. It's so obscure that nobody's ever going to find it, though. That was on the 10th page when I searched. Doomsday Bunker Handbook. Practical strategies for survival and sustenance in a doomsday bunker. Maybe he told the AI to write it at a much higher education level without, and then told it to write it like a geologist or something. Two to the large. I'm looking at the next one now. 55 items to stockpile. 67 pages. They want $7 for this dog shit book. Prepare for the next food shortage or World War III. No reviews. Let's dig into the reading the sample. This will be our last one because I'm starting to get motion sick. Almost every single one of these bunker books is exactly the same. Walls, doors, ventilation. It's important that you build your bunker in the right spot. Putting it in the wrong place can drastically reduce the protection it gives you. Oh, wow. Thank you. The type of soil you have will play a big part in how long it takes to construct your cellar, how much energy you have to put into it, and how strong it will be when it's complete. When well-drained, sandy soil is the easiest to dig in and reduces problems with water, but if it's too sandy, it will be unstable and you risk having the walls collapse as you work. No shit. Digging in sand walls can collapse? Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Wow. Look at the height of your home and other surrounding buildings. If they collapse, they are likely to deposit heavy rubble, enough to seal the door to your shelter, up to half the distance in any direction, but the full distance on the side away from the targets. That sentence doesn't even say anything. This is fucking great. If your shelter is found, it's easy to defend. What? Persistent looters might find the door, but that's not going to help them much if you're waiting in the shelter with a gun. There's just no way for them to get all the way through the door and start shooting at you before you shoot them. That is the most fucking retarded. Oh, let's read that again, and then we're done. I've lost too many brain cells. Okay. The entrance is at the end of a tunnel, and anyone trying to get in is very vulnerable. Persistent looters might find the door, but that's not going to help them much if you're waiting in the shelter with a gun. There's just no way for them to get all the way through the door and start shooting at you before you shoot at them. That's like the most overly simplified explanation of like defending a tunnel I've ever seen. There's no way for them to get at you. You know, bulletproof shields exist. Actually, for that matter, just DARPA dogs exist now. When was this written? 2024. that's it, guys. Just make a really, 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 really long tunnel so you can shoot at them before they get you. Never mind that they can just start a fire and a fan and just blow the fan at you, and if your ventilation sucks, you're just... Man. No bueno. No bueno, guys. We found one book that was mildly interesting, that looked good, that maybe wasn't AI, but there was nothing about the author. At all. Alright, fine, let's look at one more. Underneath Us, a smutty BDSM reverse harem short story. Oh yeah. I'm joking, you guys. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. I think, what was the point of any of this? That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. Aside from fictional stuff, that was every single book that had to do with bunkers that was non-fiction. Besides the last one, that one was a joke. I mean, that's a real book, but I wasn't actually going to read that. It's fiction. The point of all that is like, I don't know if there is a trustworthy book of how to build a bunker. And I don't know if there ever will be. Which is why you should just buy bunkers from Atlas. And yeah, don't try to build your own bunker. Or if you find one, then good. Do your building size up. And I'll also notice, not a single one of those pretended that you find a bunker, then do a building size up. So, did this help anybody? No, I don't think the point was to help anybody. I think the point was to just blow off some steam, because it was a really, really fucking rough day. It was a really rough day. And I don't like to talk about how tough things are. And it's been my experience that when you think things are finally going well, you get rug pulled, you get misled, you get people omit information, people that can help you don't, people that could flick a switch, people that could sign a form, just for whatever reason in the universe decide that they don't want to fucking help you. And as far as I can tell, it's just because they are the arbiters of what they think people should and shouldn't have. And they don't want to listen to what people think they need, even after you explain why people think they need it. And then they agree with you need it, they agree that you need it, and then they kick the can until they talk themselves out of it. And I'll tell you what, that's why I can never be a manager. I am convinced that the wildly vast majority of managers are absolute sociopaths. Or they are just completely disconnected from reality, or they are just sick. Because it is unconscionable to me why you could help people and you just fucking don't. You're a manager, you are given tools at your disposal to help people, and you just don't. And I don't understand that. And it would cascade. I help my manager all the time. I save my manager's ass constantly. Except that's just expected. And it's like, all I want is for you to, click some of those buttons that I need. You know, it's within your power to do so. You're the manager. You click the buttons. Click the buttons that I need. And then they just don't. And you're like, what? Oh, there's just nothing I could have done. You were just never going to click the buttons. Like, you get so disenfranchised, and that's why, what's his face? The not Life After Layoff guy, the other one. There's something to be said about doing the amount of work that you feel like you're worth relative to what they're compensating you. Long gone are the days of you're only worth what people are going to pay. The appropriate answer is you're only going to do the amount of work that you're compensated for. They tell you over and over, you know, dress for the job that you want. And that's really just code for do more work, don't get compensated, and so you show them that you're, you know, willing to go the extra mile. All that fucking does is get you taken advantage of. And, you know, everyone will say, you know, everyone in this office knows how great you are. Doesn't matter. It doesn't. You don't get compensated for it. You're still only ever going to get compensated what you get compensated for. It's a basic transaction. They are not going to go an inch out of their way to do anything for you. They're a long timer. You're a short timer. In their perspective, they've seen 100 people like you. They're going to see 100 more people like you. There's nothing you can do to stand out. You're just fucking dog food. And I'm so fucking naive and idiotic to ever think that I am ever going to be anything else to management other than somebody that they can just screw over to get as much work done as possible. I've spent my whole life busting my fucking ass to the point of being so sick I can't even function to get every single ounce of work done that the managers want. And it's never gotten where I needed to go. And the only way for you to ever truly be compensated for the work that you put into it is to work for yourself. I worked for years and years and years and years on my bunker book. And while I know it doesn't have how to build a bunker in it, I would argue that I just reviewed very loosely at least 20 other books that also are not going to tell you how to build a bunker. Which is why I just buy an atlas. Right? So, or just buy a Connex and put the Connex in your backyard. Don't bury it. Just leave the Connex out there in the backyard. Make sure to keep it painted so it doesn't rust, and there you go. Or, you know, have someone install, you know, a basement properly or something, or just get an atlas. Like, the rest of my book, my entire book is all the little knickknacks and doodads that you can find in a bunker and how to survive in grid down with all the bits and baubles. And I've said before, like, so many of these, the Prepper Bible and the Grid Down Bible, and like, those books are not going to fucking help you. If you want to learn how to bushcraft you just go take bushcrafting courses until you find a trainer that is not a fucking moron. You know, vet them, check their references, make sure, you know, you're not going to fucking die on your outing, you know, and, you know, make sure they're highly regarded and highly reviewed and that they're not going to get you killed, and make sure, you know, they've got their medical and stuff. And go and learn actual bushcraft. You're not going to learn it from a book. At best, most of those prepper books are pure entertainment. And at worst, they're absolute topical, like AI slop in just the sloppiest sense of slop. They are the sloppiest of the slop. Paragraph after paragraph of just topical fucking bullshit. Just like talking to a manager. They can fucking talk to you for half an hour and not say anything. They can talk to you for an hour and not say anything. Because they've mastered that art of just fucking wasting your time. And filling up time. Because they spend all day talking to everybody and wasting everybody's time. Keeping things as absolutely high level as possible. So nobody ever realizes that they have no fucking idea what they're doing and that there's no plan. Not a single one of those bunker books showed anybody in a bunker. None of those bunker books had a YouTube video of them in their bunkers, except, you know, Atlas bunkers, okay? Which he should write a book. That would actually be, like, really rad if Atlas Survival Shelters actually wrote a bunker book. Like, I would fucking, dude, I would never stop talking about that if Atlas Survival Shelters wrote a bunker book. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's the only person in the world that builds bunkers up to any kind of a standard that I would ever recommend to anybody. There's just a billion things that could go wrong. That's why, like, the first part of my book is building size up. Yeah, I talk about, like, geology and stuff a little bit, but, like, I actually tried to do all of those things in that book. Some of those things tons of times. You know, the reason why there's not, you know, a still in there and, you know, explaining, you know, putting water in the copper and doing the thing is because, like, I've never done that. It's pretty simple and basic. I've just never done it. It's the same thing with, like, crimping down wire for, like, MC4 connectors. Like, it's pretty straightforward. I've just never done it. I unfortunately I wasn't able to make it to the last class that was teaching that. But, like, I think the point of all this is chances are you know already way more than you think you know. You just don't know how to apply it. Because maybe you just haven't had the opportunity to try it yet. But you've probably done a bunch of things like it. And what you need is somebody who's not going to horse around and who isn't going to blow smoke up your ass and who is just going to work on it with you. And, like, for me, you know, that's my friend Locktard. He's my buddy, and I wish I could hang out with him more. It just doesn't work because my life is too cluttered with worrying about work. And as a consequence of me worrying about work, my life suffers as a result, and I'm not being compensated for that. And I thought today was going to be the day where things turned around, and I found out that today wasn't the day necessarily. I didn't hear the news that I wanted to hear. And it just reminds me that you have to put in the time where it's going to be the most valuable. And you have to put your money where it's going to be the most valuable. And I really hope I'm trying really hard to get past my imposter syndrome and, you know, the Dunning-Kruger effect, you know, of people who think I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, people with low ability in a specific area give overly positive assessments of their abilities, and vice versa. People have just this massive cognitive bias that they think they're not good at anything when they're actually pretty good. And then people who think they're amazing at things tend to be absolute dog shit. But then there's like another kind of axis of ego, and I don't want to ever have an ego. I just want to keep trying more stuff and share my knowledge. And sometimes, like, you know, I poked fun at a lot of those books, but I would say probably 80% of those books were AI. There was one from like 2017, that one, which actually really was from 2017 because I saw a review from 2017. That book wasn't AI, but it was still 30 pages of crap. I am humbled by how many people have bought my book and have believed in me. But I need those reviews because of how many AI slop books with bot reviews there are. And that's also why I just have no drive to write another book after this. I think that AI has killed my urge to ever write another book. I don't think it's killed books in general, because I think if you have a specialty, like listening to that geologist talk about sinkholes, which wasn't in any of those books, by the way, but if that person did write a book, I'm like, man, I'll read the fuck out of this. Like, there is such a wildly different tone when somebody has actually is writing about something they've done versus AI slop. It is so topical. It is like talking to a manager for hours. It's just like we just sat here for half an hour and you are non-committal and nothing got accomplished. You just wasted a half an hour of my time. And they just don't care. And then that's a half an hour less of other work that you're going to get done. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want Bunker Basics to be a waste of time. I know it's dense, and I have slimmed it down a teeny tiny bit and got some of the silliness out of it, just so I'm more respectful of everybody's time to try not to be rambly. But I really do want people to check out Bunker Basics. I want people's real feedback on it. If you think it's just like too silly, let me know. I think, though, if you read everything else, you'd see just how terrible most of the other books in the prepper genre just really are. You know, the very, very few exceptions that I've talked about in the past, you know, are down in the little shopping section. roaming preppers book that I have right here, Defensive Preparedness, SHTF Tactical Drone Manual by Don Shift, and Dolio's book, Defensive Preparedness and United We Stand by Southern Prepper One, and the Home Defense books by Don Shift, and Planning for, an Uncertain Future by Spike's Guides. Like, you can tell when people are writing a book for you of things that they actually know, things that they've actually tried, things that they've actually lived, that they've actually experienced. And I don't know. Nobody's going to listen to this. It's just too long. But I know a handful of you like my long form content, and I just hope that my book can cut through the noise, because I already work my ass off all day, and I'm treated like it's expected. Except now I'm one of the last people left, because everybody else has left. And I'm here holding the bag, wondering to myself, I should have got out earlier. Loyalty is abused. Go back and read the Stanford Experiment. Fucking great book. People get so used to just being abused and getting taken advantage of, it just becomes a part of their life. And they start to only be able to cope through abuse and neglect. And that's where I'm at work right now. I've been there for 7.5 years. And I'm still getting rug pulled and not taken seriously. And they have all the buttons and the levers in the world to make it better, and they just don't want to. They just don't care. They don't want to spend the equity, and I need to spend that equity on myself and my projects and helping all of you, and together we can all help each other. And so I hope that somehow this cuts through the noise, and you'll check out Bunker Basics, because there's people selling 30-page books for twice as much. There's people selling 50-page books for twice as much, and there's people selling 100-page books for twice as much, 3 times as much. And it just really puts everything into perspective. I know people aren't made of money, and I'm never going to do that for my bunker book. Even my art book, which I am going to be selling for more because print color fucking costs a fortune, is still over 100 pages. My freaking art book is over 100 pages. Like, this is crazy. I wish Amazon actually cared about quality assurance. I wish they cared about their job. And I wish they would cut out all the AI slop and all of the copies. Oh yeah, there was one... Whoops, that's the wrong button. There was one last thing I wanted to do, just for fun. Dude, Elon Musk needs to get off the fucking AI girlfriend thing. He's being creepy. Brock, write me a... Okay, hold on. Brock, there are tons of AI books about how to build a bunker. Can you write me a stereotypical first chapter of how to build a bunker so I can compare it against all of the other AI bunker building books for comparison. That's right. I'm glad I remember this. Here we go. Below is a stereotypical first chapter for a hypothetical book titled How to Build Your Own Bunker, A Guide to Survival and Security. It's crafted to mimic the tone, structure, and content often found in DIY survivalist or prepper literature with a focus on practicality, urgency, and a touch of paranoia. Fuck. This chapter sets the stage for a bunker building guide, emphasizing the why before diving into the how in later chapters, as common in such books. Oh, God, I love this. Zoom and enhance. In today's unpredictable world, the need for a personal bunker has never been more pressing. Whether it's the looming threat of natural disasters, societal collapse, or unforeseen global events, the modern survivalist understands one truth. Preparation is the key to survival. A bunker isn't just a hole in the ground. It's your fortress, your sanctuary, your last line of defense against a world that can turn chaotic overnight. This book will guide you step by step through the process of designing, constructing, and maintaining a bunker that ensures your safety and security no matter what comes your way. Why build a bunker? Imagine this. The power grid fails, communication lines go dark, and the news, when you can get it, speaks of chaos in the streets. Or perhaps a superstorm is barreling towards your region with no guarantee that help will arrive in time. Maybe you're concerned about geopolitical tensions or the long-term impacts of resource scarcity. This is... Grok just wrote this. This is literally probably half of the books we just read. Whatever your reason, a bunker offers peace of mind in an increasingly volatile world. A well-built bunker serves multiple purposes. Protection from natural disasters. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, or floods can strike with little warning. A bunker provides a safe haven when your home may no longer be secure. Defense against man-made threats. Civil unrest, economic collapse, or worse, your bunker is a controlled environment where you and your loved ones can remain safe. Self-sufficiency. With proper planning, a bunker can sustain you for weeks, months, or even years with food, water, and supplies safely stored. Privacy and security. In times of crisis, you don't want to advertise your resources. A hidden bunker ensures your preparations stay out of sight. No shit. The reality is stark. Those who fail to prepare often pay the ultimate price. History is littered with examples of societies caught off guard, from the fall of empires to modern-day disasters where governments couldn't or wouldn't help. A bunker is your insurance policy against the unknown. Actually, this is probably written a little bit better than some of them, but it has the exact same cadence. This book will cover options for every scenario, from the budget-conscious DIYer to the high-end prepper seeking a state-of-the-art fortress. No matter your resources, the principles remain the same. Plan meticulously, build smart, and stay discreet. Building a bunker is not just a construction project. See, there's the not just. And then a semicolon. Although I noticed it was using colons earlier, it switched from colons to semicolons. It's a commitment to self-reliance. It requires a mindset shift, a willingness to confront uncomfortable possibilities and take action while others remain complacent. The average person assumes it won't happen to me. The bunker builder knows better. You're not paranoid, you're pragmatic. Yeah. You understand that hope is not a strategy, and you're ready to take control of your future. Okay, here's its chapters. Chapter 2, Site Selection and Legal Considerations. That's literally the fucking several of the other books we read. Design Basics, Ventilation, Structural Integrity, yep. Chapter 4, Materials and Construction. Pouring concrete or repurposing a shipping container. No, do not repurpose a shipping container. Stocking your bunker. Yep. Security and defense. Yep. Maintenance and upgrade. Yep. By the end of this book, you'll have the knowledge and confidence to build a bunker tailored to your needs, whether it's a simple storm shelter or fully equipped underground retreat. The world may be unpredictable, but your preparedness doesn't have to be. It's just blah, 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 blah. Notes on the stereotypical style. This chapter reflects common traits of AI-generated or formulaic survivalist books. Alarmist tone. It emphasizes urgency and potential threats, natural disasters, societal collapse to hook the reader emotionally. Broad appeal. It addresses a range of scenarios, budget to luxury, to appeal to a wide audience. Practical promises. It outlines a clear structure for the book, teasing actionable steps without diving into specifics. Mindset focus. It stresses the prepper mindset of self-reliance and secrecy, a staple in such literature. Generic advice. It avoids overly technical details, focusing instead on motivation and broad strokes. You can compare this against other AI-generated bunker-building books by checking for similar themes. Fear-driven motivation, promise of step-by-step guidance, emphasis on secrecy, and a focus on self-sufficiency. If you have specific books or excerpts, yeah. That was basically every single book. That's amazing. So I keep forgetting that you can just ask Grok to do this. That the only part of AI in my book was me ironically asking Grok how to find AI, how to detect if a book was written by AI. And the AI is so good at finding other AI. It's just wild. It's kind of like Star Trek when like Data would run into another android and immediately know he was an android or she or it was an android. Anyway, just support whoever you're going to support whatever you want to support. Just I don't know. Spend your money, time, effort, and energy where it makes the most sense for you to actually get a return on it. That's not to say you shouldn't have fun and you shouldn't have like wind down time. But I talk about burnout a lot. And I think like the burnout at the end of the tunnel is being burnt out and getting rug pulled anyway. And there's nothing more offensive than being told you should take time off and then getting fucking rug pulled when you take time off. And then them asking you how you're feeling over and over again, full fucking well knowing that they're just rug pulling you and abusing your time, effort, and energy over and over and over again. And then challenging you on your time. You gotta temper that. Find things that are worth your time, your family, your loved ones, securing your homestead, gardening, planting, prepping, jarring, canning, literally, or just, your own body, just like literally anything else. Your job is a transaction. And I've got to start acting like it. And it is really fucking hard. Anyway, check out my book. And if you're one of like the handful of people that listen to this all the way, I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you all later and buy my book. And my art book is coming out soon. I just ordered another draft of it. I think this draft is going to be the last draft. My wife did an amazing job reviewing my art book for me. So I'll talk to y'all later and appreciate you. And Bunker Basics will be on sale for a few more days. And I will talk to y'all later.